And we're live, maybe? um, there we go. Okay. OBS was being real finicky in the beginning, and I thought maybe this wasn't going to go through, but here we are. um, yeah, let me just rearrange some things so I can see things better and respond to people if people are in here in the chat. But hello and welcome everyone. Here is the Emmy's hair care live shows that I have put together, and I'm very excited. There is a whole schedule. I think I put it in the description. If I didn't, it is on the Emmy's hair care Instagram page, the schedule of all these different live shows. And the purpose of this is to just talk about all things hair, whether it's hair type, hair porosity, establishing a hair routine, things that can benefit the health of your hair, scalp health. Hello! All things hair. I wanted to dedicate a bunch of live shows to that because I think it's very important, especially if you are a customer of mine and you have bought Emmy's hair care, you've been using the oil blend. The number one question I get is, how can I use it in my hair, or what are different ways? Sometimes I will ask questions based on the person's hair type, and other times I'll just give very basic tips that pretty much anybody can use when adding the oil to their routine. Hello everyone! But I wanted to make dedicated videos so you could go there for more information. I also want to make sure that I am educating my customers or people who are interested in the oil enough to know if this oil is going to be a good fit, because I'm not in denial here. I'm not like, I have created the greatest product in the entire world, bow down. We all have very different hair, so some things are going to work and some things are not going to work, and I want to be able to give you enough education to where you can either feel comfortable trying it, or you can feel very excited about going to the website, putting it in your cart and buying immediately because you're like, my hair needs this. Oh, Deidre, hello! You used yours this morning, yay! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! DGKPG, hello! Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Nicole and Thrifty Simplicity. Yes, hot oil treatments. So the way that I have set it up is I have set up each live show based on different topics, and we will get to all of those topics in November, and if there are more topics, we'll just continue this on through December, January. We'll just keep having these regular live shows to talk about hair and hair tips. Today though, I thought it would be really cool to just share with you my hair journey and what I have learned and what got me to this point of now offering you a product. Hey Britt! Another hour of work, you got it. So yeah, so we're just gonna get into my natural hair journey, things that I learned, and how I developed the products and the product. People who have ordered recently, y'all have the new labels, and I love these because you can see much more of the artwork that my friend Taylor did. But okay, let's get into the journey. First, little baby M and my little sister. So as you can see, we had teeny tiny little froze. We had curls on curls on curls on curls. My curls were always much tighter than my sister's. My mom did a great job styling our hair. It's something that she very much took pride in because we had no Instagram and no YouTube and no Pinterest, no nothing. And we live, you know, in a very white area, and my mom really did the thing to make sure that our hair always looked very good. Also, my mom has very curly hair, and I don't mean like beach waves. My mom has ringlet, strawberry blonde curls. So she had experience dealing with curly hair. Ours was just much tighter and thicker, but she had us like on a routine. Like our wash days, our styles for school, our styles for night. We had a style for helmets, a style for swim caps. Like, mama really did it. The time before Pinterest was dark AF. It really was. Yeah, the butterfly clips that poke you in your eyes, you just gotta love growing up. But so as I got older, my hair no longer went down with the curls. It shrunk up and up and up and up and up, and it was getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, and it was taking longer and longer and longer to detangle and to style. So by like seventh and eighth grade, my mom was still doing my hair because it was exhausting because I could not do it on my own and needed help. And the stylist we were going in town was like, hey, relaxers. And my mom was like, absolutely not. We are not relaxing their hair. My parents did a very good job teaching us to love our hair and be very, very proud of our curls. So the thought of a relaxer was like, no, like we're not going down that route. And the stylist was like, well, we could just put like a little bit and it would just loosen her curl a little bit. And I was like, sign me up. Because at this point, I don't have a picture. I could not find the seventh grade picture, but my hair was much more like my texture today, and it was up. It was moving up, and kids would hide erasers in it. Teachers would tell me to sit in the back of the classroom. Just horrible things happen because children are mean, especially in a predominantly white area. Um, and so I was like, yeah, have my hair go down, not up. I'm totally here for it. Still have my curls. I'm here for it because I didn't ever really want straight hair. So after a lot of months, um, my mom was like, okay, fine, fine. We'll do just a little bit. We'll just do a little partial relaxer. And we did, and we had great results. We did it, I think, about every 5 or 6 months we would go, and I would get uh the partial relaxer. Erasers in your hair? Yes, erasers in the hair. It was horrible. Oh, the hair ties with the marble? Yes, we had a big box of those. But so, through middle school, leading into high school, I had the partial relaxer, and around like end of eighth grade year, beginning of freshman year, my hair started to fall out. Oh, fun! And that sucked. And we learned that it was the a product I was using has a certain protein that doesn't agree with the chemical that's in the relaxers, so it was causing my hair to fall out, and we just never knew that information. So instead of stopping relaxing, I still very much wanted my hair to go down, not up. So we just switched products completely and continued on with the relaxer. And here, my sophomore year of high school, you can see that more down look, not up. Sorry, I do not have a reference photo of my seventh grade pro. But if the photo of me in the white shirt, if you look at, you can see the straight parts like going over my eyebrow and like down the sides. I didn't do that with a flat iron. That was my hair being burnt off. And you can see how thin my hair is. And it just like, yeah, there's curls, but it was suffering. My hair was suffering. Hair horror story indeed. My hair was still frizzy and going outwards. With the relaxer, my hair just hates being straight. Same. Same, same, same. So, went through high school with hair like this. It wasn't great. Not the straight bangs. I know. It was a sad time, DJ. But senior year, I was like, I want out of this hellhole. Like I was over school, and I was feeling much more confident about who I was as a person. So around this time, I had started seeing posts about the natural hair movement, and I was like, ooh, what's that? And I was seeing a bunch of black women with hair that was my hair type, and it was glorious. It was big. They were wearing it. They weren't ashamed of it. They were proud of it and confident. And I was so sad and very depressed that I had damaged my hair so much just because I wanted to fit in, or I wanted certain teasing to stop, or I was just feeling very bad of myself. I became very ashamed of myself then, that I let those instances get to me and harm my hair, when look at what my hair could be looking like. So senior year, I spent all babysitting money, any kind of money I could get senior year, into buying hair products, buying ingredients to make my own hair products, anything to fully nourish my hair and grow it out. Now, this was high school, so your girl wasn't gonna do a big chop. No, no, no. She transitioned her way out of this. I just couldn't. So what I did was I wore my hair in 2-strand twists, or 3-strand twists, or braids most of the time, or braid outs, twist outs, what have you. Or it was always in a pony, or I would do these little like faux hawk things. But I did that and was just letting my hair grow. Of course, still got teased. My twist outs and braid outs weren't the best. I got called ramen noodle head too many freaking times. But by senior year, my hair had grown so fast with the products that I was creating mostly on my own. Senior year, I was making not only my own oil, which some of you have in your homes, but I was making my own conditioners, shampoos. I made one styling cream, but I preferred just buying that one. And then I made my own gels for my hair, and my hair was thriving. So, senior year, this is what my hair was looking like. Very different from sophomore year. So in the top right is the red square. I'm using my oil and my flaxseed gel here to slick my hair back. And I loved wearing these mohawks because I felt like, I don't know, it pushed all the volume up where I wanted it to go, not down. Hello, Shamala! Relaxers were all about stimulation. Yeah, I don't even fault my mama for giving me one. Same, same. Yes, Sarah, you can do it. Also in the right square, that's also a twist out, I'm pretty sure. I was a big fan of the twist outs versus the braids. And it looks like I have highlights. No, I just shout out to my mom and my dad. Randomly, you will see streaks of red hair throughout my hair. And it was really showing that day. And then down below, that is the first style I ever did on my own with added hair. I saw this style on Pinterest and was exceptionally confident and was like, I can totally do that. So I did, and it worked out. So that was my prom hairstyle that I just did on a whim. And yeah. This then was the winter after senior year. This was my first time ever doing faux locks, because funny story about me, I've wanted locks since I was a child. So as I was diving deeper into the natural hair movement, I became aware of different types of protective styles, and I wanted locks so bad, so bad. So I dedicated myself to learning so much about how to install them on your own, having never done them before. My mom didn't ever do them on us. She didn't want to pull that tight on our scalp when we were so little. She wanted that to be a decision we made when we were older. So I did. And protective styles quickly became my favorite thing, especially in the winter. And in this time, that's when I realized how important oil is for your hair. I live in Washington State, so it's super cold, and our winters are often very harsh. And when your scalp is strongly exposed to those elements, you feel it. So to have an oil to put, I could tell and feel when my scalp needed extra moisture or needed some care or needed a hot oil treatment or something. And this is when I started to be like, oh, you know what? I think I need to nail down an actual oil blend that I'm going to use every time whenever I do my hair. I think I need something much more secure, because when I was a kid, my mom would use tea tree oil. I believe we used vitamin E oil from time to time, as well as jojoba oil, and also that on our skin. But that was kind of sparingly, and just to throw it on after done styling or before bed, or before swimming or something. But through this journey and getting to this point, this was when I was like, oh, oil plays a very important role in sealing in this moisture and making sure that my scalp is protected so that my hair can continue to grow. Because I still wanted long hair, but in a very different sense. I wanted my long hair to go out. I wanted it to just be free to do whatever it was that it was going to do, and oil can aid in that. Now, also, genetics can play a part in hair growth. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, buy my oil and your hair is going to grow a couple inches in a month. It's all dependent on your type of hair, your hair porosity, your genetics, and just the basic chemistry of you and your hair, and if this oil is going to be a good pair. Now, a lot of my customers have responded that their hair has grown exceptionally fast. Erica at the Broken Spine, she messaged me and was like, I have to get my hair cut so much quicker because this oil keeps my hair growing so fast. So it's definitely just dependent. Thrifty simplicity. I feel like I need this oil living in the desert. It's harsh and dry in my scalp. Yes, exactly. Weather plays such a huge part in the health of our hair, which is wild. I feel like not enough people talk about it. I know for me, lots of times my routine has to change with the weather, or yeah, like that's why I leaned towards protective styles in the winter, because my curls and my scalp suffered so much. But yes, especially in those desert climates, you want your scalp protected because it is showing, you know, the sun is beating down and it's drying it out, so you want to be able to add moisture. And one thing real quick about this oil is a sealant, so it's going to seal in whatever is on your hair and scalp. That can also mean that can mean moisture, but that can also mean dryness. So if, like, my hair is dry right now, there's no water, there's no nothing. If I just put it on, I'm sealing in dryness. But if I spray it with some aloe or some rose water and then I put the oil on, that's gonna give the oil the like biggest boost to really get going and working, because now it has something to attach and help moisturize your hair by sealing it in so it can't go anywhere. So just quick little. I only never used coconut oil, argan oil, and an herbal oil on my hair. Oh, nice! I did coconut oil in the very beginning of my natural hair journey because I feel like that was the sponsor of you are on a natural hair journey, have some coconut oil. The issue with my hair is it's thinning and my hairline is going back and back. What herbal? Yeah, what herbal one? Oils can definitely help with thickness. It definitely depends. I know with me, the reason why I added castor oil to this is because part of the relaxer ate my edges up. Like they were just gone. They were just kind of non-existent, and I spent time putting that on, and it helped grow it back. My friend Nathaniel was one of the first customers of Emmy's hair care. He bought it too because his hairline was going back, and he was noticing it getting thinner, and he just used the oil very sparingly in the spots where he was noticing that thinness. And I don't know any updates about his hairline moving, but in those spots where it was getting thinner, it has helped tremendously. Now, his hair type is 4C. I'm not sure about his porosity, but that's how it has been working for him. Coconut oil can clog your pores, even on your scalp. That's true, it can. It can. I feel like coconut oil works on specific hair types or specific ways to use it, but sometimes it's not the best oil to go with. It really was the sponsor of the natural hair movement. If you weren't using coconut oil, were you even really natural? Were you even on a journey? The one I use is Sri Lankan indigenous herbs. Wow! Oh, that sounds very interesting. Seem to have a lot of hair though. Is it just thinner, or do you have hair loss too? Very valid question. So after I took the locks off, a lot of the relaxed hair broke off. So I had this teeny tiny little fro. And here, with me in the white shirt again, you can see what is my natural hair and what certainly is not. And I just needed to cut it. Did I? No. And what's even sadder is this photo was my headshot. I sent this to casting directors. Didn't think to cut the relaxed part off, but you know, all about the length. So you can really see my curl pattern a whole lot better here in this teeny tiny little fro. Wash days were so fast, detangling was so fast. um uh Emery, would you recommend using scalp massager with the oil? I've heard massages can stimulate hair follicles. I would. I have never used one. I personally like just using my fingers because I like feeling um my scalp, and that's just how I personally assess um if I need more, if I need less, what's going on with my scalp, do I need to add something to my routine. But I definitely would, as long as you're being as gentle as possible, because you can damage your scalp if you're itching or you're scratching or you're pushing too much too hard. I'm not perfect. I definitely massage too hard from time to time, but I definitely would. Massaging it in like that is super super great to do. I was really excited to see castor oil as an ingredient in your oil mix. Oh, yay! Thrifty Simplicity, I swear by castor oil. Right. Right. And I like that if anyone's worried about the thickness, this is handcrafted, my loves. I have measured things out. So as you can see, this is still a pretty thin oil. This isn't very gunky and very thick. I did that because I wanted this oil to work across different hair types, across different styles. And a thinner one is much easier to do that with. Let me see. Every time I wash my hair, I lose so much. It used to be thicker. I have a recommendation. Does anybody do tea rinses? You can do black tea or green tea. You just soak the tea, steep it for however long, put it in like an applicator bottle, and put that all over your hair when you're in the shower. Let it sit for a little bit and then rinse it out. That can sometimes help with thickness. I actually helped a woman who she dyed her hair a lot. It was always really beautiful, bright colors, just gorgeous. But it was thinning and thinning and thinning, and she noticed she was losing more and more and more hair. So before Emmy's Hair Care had a bottle and an LLC, I gave her the recipe. I said, this is what you need to make, and here's how to make a tea rinse and do these hot oil treatments. Start using this oil and do these tea rinses. I instructed her to do the tea rinses once a month, twice a month if she feels comfortable, because you can end up adding too much caffeine to your hair, so you don't want to do it too much, but that can help with gaining thickness back or stopping the shedding of the hair so you're not shedding as much. Don't be scared to cut your hair, get that dead. Yes, I know. I really needed to here. I used to have so much hair when I was younger, and then got highlights, and all of a sudden it was over, and my hair was thinner less and less. Ooh, a tea rinse. I want to try that. I would recommend a tea rinse. I love them. They're very refreshing. I used an Ethiopian tea. You can use green or black tea. If it's caffeinated, try to steam it for a little bit less time. And don't do it too often. But when I used it and when I have recommended it to certain folks, they did notice that their hair was shedding much less, and their hair started to slowly get thicker again. But if you think it's like an overarching problem, then I would recommend getting into different resources, or maybe going to a dermatologist, because it could be an issue with your scalp. I do not know. I am not educated in that field of medical stuff. But back to the to the journey. We also have my husband Colton. Colton cut his hair when we were first dating. I think that's the last time I've seen him with short hair. His hair is now down to his butt. But around this time, we were living together, and I was like, cool, so you're going to use this shampoo, this conditioner, we're going to put this product in your hair, and you're going to use this oil. So he's been using all of my products since we've been living together, and his hair is thriving. I should have included a picture of his hair now, but I feel like a lot of you here in the chat at least have seen him long red hair. And so here are a lot of different protective styles that I used to do up to most recently, as you can tell by the mask. But I did box braids, I did locks because that was my favorite, and I wanted locks so bad. I frequently did yarn locks because it was less detangling, and I just really liked it. And then I would do weird things like me in the hat here. I only braided 2 braids, and then I had just my hair in 2 braids braided. I don't know what the look was, but this is the stuff I would do. I would just start to experiment with my hair now that my hair was flourishing, and I was realizing how important protective styles were. Because every time I took one down, my hair always felt so soft and luscious and healthy, and I was just like, oh, protective styles are great, so I wore them all the time. And that also helped me not focus so much on my hair and checking in, like, is it growing? How long has it grown? Is it growing? Does it look different? Is it getting bigger? Because my hair, yes, my hair grows pretty quickly and the oil aids, but mine is much harder to tell when it is really growing. My sister, here she is in her crown, she was crowned the lilac queen of our city. She can chop her hair real short, couple months, big fro. It's wild. And if she uses my oil, it goes even faster. It's insane how fast her hair grows. Same with Colton's. Colton's hair grows so fast. So again, stressing that it is definitely dependent on the person. Like, I was looking at photos of my locks when I started, and I'm like, oh, so we're touching the shoulders now. If my sister had locked her hair, I guarantee you it'd be past her shoulders on their way to her elbows. One time I've had short hair in 10 years. Yeah, it was weird. When I put this photo up, I was like, oh, whoa, I haven't seen him with short hair. Colton has the inches. It's wild. And he got it trimmed a couple years ago, and then it felt like the next week it was just back to where it was. But yeah, so this is me rocking the protective styles. And this is my fro before I locked it. So as you can tell, fro went out. Fro went out. The difference between these two pictures is the bottom one, with me in front of the tree. My hair is wet. I took that photo on purpose because I wanted photos of my hair like that, because this was literally the day before I locked my hair. So it was like prime time photo taking to reminisce about the curls. And then above, my hair is fully dried, picked out, and just like a planet of curly fro-ness. And my wonderful sister also rocking her fro. This is when she had some curly bangs and she had her highlights. People still confused us for who was who, and we were like, she has a completely different hair color now. What's the excuse? But also, as my hair was getting bigger and bigger, I had more people asking for help for their hair, whether they were family members or random people, like in a Starbucks. People would sit next to me and be like, your hair looks great, can you help me? So I would always recommend a good oil blend to consistently use for protecting your hair, nourishing your scalp, hot oil treatments. It was just very important to me that I asked, like, oh, do you have an oil that you use? Because more often than not, the answer was no. And once they started using an oil, they were like, oh my gosh, I'm getting results and this is great. And then I thought, well, I have this oil, I should offer it. Like, I should sell it. I love helping people. I love coming up with all these different blends. I love thinking of different blends that people can use. I love talking about hair. So let me test this out. So I did. I bought a bunch of oil. I bought some bottles, got some labels on Vistaprint. And here's the first bottle. Oh, you can't really see. Here we go. We're just gonna, me and another protective style. So this is the very first bottle. I was very, very proud of it. I put that one in my purse and just rocked with it all around town. And I sold these first few bottles to mostly family and some friends and some random people on Tumblr. And I was like, oh, I really love this. And it got me really excited because I have many different recipes that I think can really help your hair and can help different types of hair, because oil to me is just so important. Like that was the number one takeaway for me in my natural hair journey was, yes, all these products are great, but if you don't have an oil that's doing its part to make sure your hair is absorbing the products, I don't know. To me, I need a little extra more than just a nice cream to put on my hair or a leave-in conditioner to put in my hair. I need that oil to wrap it all up and secure it and make sure that my hair is going to grow and flourish. So I started Emmy's Hair Care and I'm very excited, and I've been working on getting the other recipes prepared. One of them is an allergen-free one because I know I have a lot of people in my family that, or my life, that are allergic to almonds, so they cannot use the product. And so that's first right off the bat. But I have all different types of oil blends that I'm really, really excited to bring to you. All oil blends with very specific purposes. Since we were talking about weather, I have blends that I created over the years that are good for experiencing certain types of weather, and I would love to bring that to you because I've worked really, 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 really hard on it. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So that's why I'm excited to do these lives and talk about hair and different tips, to talk about the products, to show you the new products that will be hitting the line. And I'm just really happy and excited because this has been such a journey. This has been such an emotional, wild, like along with a natural hair journey, wow, has this been a mental health journey, because I mean, you just heard I went through many different phases of myself and different moments of feeling confident and then maybe not, a little confident. And now I'm here. I feel way more comfortable with locks. Still use the oil on my locks and my locks love it. Oh, I feel like I should also mention, yes, this product is safe on kids' hair. I have a lot of customers who have children and their kids love it. I have, so my friend Angel, she actually created my website. Her and her husband are absolutely fantastic. I will put their link to their tech company, so if you need a website, hit them up. But she sent me a video of her son putting the oil on his hair, and he's just this cute little babe, and it just made me so happy. It made his hair so thick, so thick, and you could see the ringlet curls popping up. Oh, it was so precious. It was precious. What's your favorite moisturizer to use? Right now, it is rose water and aloe sprays. I've been kind of messing around with those a little bit. I made my own for a little bit, and I was like, I feel like I'm doing this wrong. And then I bought one, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make my own again. Are there any heavy fragrances in the oil? I'm allergic to most fragrances. No, there is not. There is jojoba oil, extra virgin olive oil, sweet almond oil, and castor oil. That is it. And moving on, I will not be adding fragrances, only essential oils, and potentially like dried herbs. But there will be, unless that counts as a heavy fragrance. But in this blend, no. Nope, nope. Here we go. Do I gotta beauty guru it? Can you see it? There we go. Yay! Yay! I also like keeping things very simple. Because, Deidre, do you remember this? The beginning of the natural hair movement, you would click on a tutorial that was like how to make a hot oil treatment, and you'd be like, oh, I'm on it. And it'd be like 20 oils. It'd be so many oils. So many like carrier oils, and then tons of essential oils, and then top it out with a big old scoop of coconut oil. It would just be so much and so dense. And I was like, didn't have the budget at the beginning. And so I was like, I have these 4 and I can maybe swing it to get an essential oil. But sometimes it would be stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked. I don't like doing that. I don't like that weighted feel unless it's very purposeful. which there are a couple I've made that are a little bit thicker, but I don't want all the all the ingredients. That's too much. That at that point, what is that doing for your hair? At that point, some oils gotta cancel some oils out. That just can't be good. It used to be so expensive and so complicated. And I feel like we are at a different place with the natural hair journey, community, movement, whatever. Um, and I wanted to do my part by bringing in what I have learned and what I've experienced, and just, yeah, my passion for helping with hair. I absolutely love it. Simplicity isn't my namesake for no reason. Keep it simple. Yes, you get it. Yes. So if anyone is interested in getting their very own bottle, especially if you live in various climates where you're noticing your scalp is really feeling it. Like today, it was cold and rainy, and I gotta do a wash day and put some oil on my hair. But you can visit www.emmyscare.com and you can order yourself a bottle. And with every bottle you order, I know that a hair journey is quite the task. Quite the task on your mental health, causes a lot of stressors. It comes with these affirmation strips. I gotta refill this bucket. Y'all are ordering so fast. But it comes with these affirmation strips so that you have a boost of positivity or a moment to remind you how incredible and amazing you are and you're doing wonderful. So let's go through just a couple of these because they're fun. Shama, just 1 second. I'm going to read this. Nothing can dim the light that shines from within. This is from Maya Angelou. Ooh, I love that one. I love that one. How about this one? Ooh, this is good. You're unstoppable. Y'all got this. What are your opinions on hair masks? I wash my hair once a week, shampoo and conditioner, then apply a hair mask for 1 hour, then rinse and put argan oil on. Sorry, I had a difficult time saying that. I think hair masks are great. I think if you feel as though your mask is maybe not doing something enough for you, I would look into, does the mask have too much protein in your hair? Because that is a rough lesson I had to learn, is certain hair masks were very high on the protein scale, and at various times of my hair journey, sometimes my hair really needed that extra boost of proteins, and sometimes it strongly did not. So if you are buying a packaged one, I would definitely look into seeing its protein content. It should tell you. And then if not, maybe look into making your own. There are so many recipes. I unfortunately do not have a recipe. I've only used a hair mask every once in a while, and it was in those moments where I felt like my hair needed something and I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, oh yeah, your hair needs protein, and then I would get a higher pre-packaged mask. But if you're feeling like it's not conditioning enough, or it's not giving your hair enough moisture or boost of nutrients, I would look into that protein content and then maybe kind of play around. Make one with like just an avocado and like some lemon. Or like, kind of play around to see what it needs. My hair is protein sensitive. Another reason coconut oil doesn't work for my hair. Yes, exactly. I think hair masks can tend to be very high in protein. And lots of products can also be high in protein. Like back when my partially relaxed hair started falling out, that was because a product we were using, we just didn't think to look at it, but it was very high in protein. And then mixed with everything that was going on with my hair, it just wasn't a good mix, and it was making my hair fall out. So protein can really affect your hair. I'm going to write this down actually, because I would love to talk about this more in depth and go through my notes. Here. So we can talk more at length about the hair protein. Is there any other topics y'all would like to discuss throughout these different live shows? We will be tackling hair types, hair porosity, routines, hot oil treatments, along with pre-poos, and talking about various types of protective styles, because we can't be out here cultural appropriating, okay? But there are different ways to protect your hair if you're not melanated. So don't just jump on the bandwagon of being like, oh, I'm gonna get box braids. Don't do that. Don't do that. There are different forms of protective styling to protect your hair in the cold, in the heat, when you just don't want to do it and you want a freaking break because doing hair is a lot. The affirmations is a nice touch. Oh, thank you. Yes, my family has a deep tradition of writing affirmations down and spreading them everywhere. My grandmother, when her house was being painted or remodeled, she wrote Bible scriptures as well as affirmations, and then she put them in the walls and the floors of her house. I put them in the car, I put them in my purse, I put them on my planner, there's some here on the desk. They're just everywhere. Makes my hair feel hard and brittle after washing. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's another reason why, was it Nicole who asked about the massager? I think those are great, but I also think there's something in making sure that you're feeling your hair and feeling what it needs and how it's feeling in the moment when you're adding a new product, especially when you're adding a new product to your routine, because your hair is going to take a while to get fully used to. Woo. But yeah, so those are the topics that we will be talking about throughout the live shows, and I'm very, very excited. If there's anything else you want to talk about or you have a question about, please let me know. I'm gonna write it down on my snazzy sticky notes, and we can certainly add that to the topic. And if we don't get to everything, I would love to just keep scheduling these and having fun talking about hair, talking about tips. You know, yeah. I had fun showing y'all my embarrassing high school photos. You know what? It could be a little too much. It it could be much. It could be much. Good gracious. Deidre Drexler, thank you for coming. I would say maybe try a clarifying shampoo or shampoo that's very light. I use one from the company called Free the Roots. They have these shampoo bars that only have like a couple ingredients. My hair loves it and Colton's hair loves it. And I feel like it doesn't strip my hair too much of all the oils that I need in my hair. But the type of shampoo and conditioner you're using on top of the mask, it could just be too big of a combo. So I would recommend either stopping the mask and maybe just deep condition a little more frequently, or maybe swap out that shampoo and stick with your hair mask and see how that works. But I would definitely look into the protein. For those of us who are not as talented as you to make our own, what brand of rose water and aloe do you buy? Free the Roots. Their sprays are amazing, and if you go on their page, you'll see like a lot of people with locks are on there, because their products are formulated to not cause buildup. Buildup can happen in all different types of hair, but with locks, it's even more detrimental, because if I get a bunch of buildup in these locks, I mean, like, how are we gonna get it out? How are we getting it out? So light products are exceptionally important for our hair. So I would strongly, strongly, strongly recommend Free the Roots for all of their sprays. They have a lemon one, that's my favorite. They have a rose one. I think they just dropped a grapefruit one. There's lavender and there's pine. I love Seaweed Company shampoos and conditioners. Ooh, I've never heard of them. Ooh, gonna have to look them up. What is a hot oil treatment and what does it do? Ooh, okay. I love hot oil treatments. Hot oil treatments, you warm up the oil just a little bit, not like scalding hot. You just want it to be really loosey-goosey so you can get it all over your hair. You put it on your scalp, you put it on all of your hair, you put your hair in a shower cap, and then you sit for like 15 minutes. and then you get in the shower. The purpose of a hot oil treatment is to boost your hair with all the nutrients in all of the oil in a very high intense manner. Like your hair is coated in the oil and is sitting and just festering and soaking in, so that when you shampoo your hair, the shampoo doesn't strip all of the oil. Because that's why sometimes when you shampoo your hair, it feels like really like it feels stripped. It feels like hay or whatever. That can be because it stripped the good oil of your hair. Especially the thicker your hair gets, your hair needs more of those oils. And if you're shampooing regularly, you're often stripping those oils away from your hair. So then when you get out of the shower and you deep condition, you're kind of missing the element of the good oils and the good fats that like your hair needs. So by doing a hot oil treatment, you're making sure that yes, the shampoo is going to clean your scalp and your hair, but it's not going to dig deep down and strip the good stuff that your hair really, really needs. Does that make sense? Can I ask what kind of hair you have? Yeah, Thrifty Simplicity. What's your hair type? I'm using the oil on me and my daughter's hair. We love it. Yeah! Oh, that makes me so happy to hear. Yeah, try it. Just keep it on for like 10 to 15 minutes. I always recommend, since this is such an easy bottle, drop it in a bowl of warm water for just like a little bit. Again, you don't want it hot, like to touch. You just want the oil to be easily spreadable. It'll get warm when you put your hair up and then you put the shower cap on. Your head is gonna heat it all up. Then shampoo, condition, style, go through whatever it is that your routine is. But when you're done shampooing, take a moment to feel your scalp and to feel your hair. It should still feel kind of soft, not as stripped, certainly not as brittle, because your hair is clean, but the shampoo didn't get a chance to like strip the strands of your hair of all good oil. Your hair oil is amazing. Oh, yay! Oh, that makes me so happy. My hair is really dry, well, my scalp is due to living in the desert. I consider my hair thin. Okay, got you. Yeah. Well, a great moisturizing spray can certainly help with that, as well as topping it off with some oil, again, to seal in the moisture. That's the power of a sealing oil. You want to seal in all of the moisture that you give it, so you're not sealing in dryness, especially in weather conditions. I'm telling you, I feel like not enough hair people are talking about the weather conditions. But I'm gonna write that down too. I've never heard of them. I know my mom has been trying to look for a good shampoo. And I've been trying to help her out as well with getting a shampoo that she likes. I know she just tried a tea tree one, I think by a local company, actually. I don't recall the name at all, so I can't shout them out. But I know she was having trouble finding one that was working with her hair and the dryness of her hair, because my mom no longer has her curls. She's just rocking a shaved head, so her hair is way exposed to the elements. So she needs a good conditioner, but she loves the oil very, very much. Well, thank you everyone so much for coming. I'm so excited for the next one. I will post about what topic we're going to discuss, so you can prepare any questions or any comments, so that we can dive in and talk about all of that. But yeah, I'm very excited. Again, I didn't put the website here, but boom, there's the website. Get yourself a bottle. You get the affirmations, and you get me doing a little happy dance when I'm packaging your order and skipping to the drop-off, because conveniently it's right down the road to me, so I walk everyone's orders down and hang out. I also do pre-poo or put oil in my hair overnight before I wash it. Pre-poos are amazing. Amazing. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so the hot oil treatment is basically like a pre-poo. You're just getting that oil energized, basically, and letting it seep into your hair. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for talking to me. And yeah, I look forward to packaging up your order. All right, everyone. Bye. Thank you.